and welcome to Honey in the Stitches. My name is Laura, and if you're just now tuning into my channel for the first time, welcome. Today's video I am going to talk about my first sewing projects, and I apologize in advance for any noise you might hear. I have a parrot as well as several dogs, and they won't keep quiet, so this is my life. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I started sewing when I was 17, and I learned how to sew in high school as part of a class. So some of these first projects were part of that class, but most of them weren't. Actually, only one of them is. And sewing is one of those things where you're just gonna suck at it at first. At least for me, I did. I definitely did not have a win for a while. Oh, Jesus. Burn! Alright, the first item, I made this in high school as part of a grade, and I have to be completely honest when I say that I might have put together 15% of this. It was a partner type of project where we had two projects between us, or one project, I don't even remember. Either way, it was a group project, me and one other person, and she was much better. Her mom had already taught her how to sew, and so she ended up doing most of this. I can tell you that out of this, oh gosh, these colors are so weird. They're so weird. Out of this, I added tulle. And I think I put the bodice pieces together, but my partner, I wish I remembered her name, because I still feel guilty to this day. She put in the zipper, and she attached the skirt to the bodice, pretty much the harder parts, and this zipper is so not functioning. It's literally like 2.5 inches, and what kind of freedom of movement or ease of putting that on, I thought that would give me enough. It just didn't.
What we do here is go back.
And the next garment is kind of similar to the first one. I was on a kick about tulle for some reason. Tulle and cotton together. I don't know why I liked it. Maybe it's because I could afford it. Oh geez. This has been in a drawer for 10 years, so I'm not really sure where that stain came from. But I did the same thing almost, and I was like, I'm gonna draft this myself. It can't be that hard. It is, and it didn't turn out that great, but I am pretty proud that I even tried. There are pleats here, and there's no zipper because I still didn't know how to go about adding a zipper through multiple layers of fabric, but I did put two sturdy hook and eyes, or pant hook and eyes, or whatever, I don't know, there, and I remember being able to put it on, and yeah, that's my second project. Definitely another fail. The next project, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try something else. That didn't work out. Let's see if I can draft something myself with what I have at home again. And I didn't have any more fabric at home, but I had old sheets that I felt comfortable using up. And so I drafted a robe out of just rectangles. It has sleeves, but they're not set in sleeves like normal set-in sleeves is just a bunch of rectangles that made up this pattern, I remember. Actually worked out. I would consider this a success. It worked the way I expected it to, but I kind of just think it's ugly, so I never wore it again, and it just kind of stayed in that drawer. And the next thing was, God, I chose weird fabrics to put together. This looks like a baby blanket. And I used a bias binding on the armholes and the neckline. And you know what? It's not perfect, but hey, I did something different. So these were the kinds of things that kept me motivated when I was an early sewer. Just like getting one thing right, doing one thing a little better, trying something new. Oh God, I can't get it over my head. There we go. Now, the next item I'm going to show you is made out of pink denim, and I made a shirt out of a bottom weight fabric. It's not the worst. It's definitely not wearable, but it's definitely not the worst. It's just a little strange. I can't remember if I did that one first or this one first, but this is the same pattern, whatever it was, and I was trying to apply piping to the neck edge, and it didn't work. You can see there's a huge gap between where the piping is and where the regular fabric is, but I tried, and yeah, that didn't work out so great, but that's fine. It happens. It's not really that big of a deal in the broad scheme of things, and I remember at the time when I finished this, I felt really good about it, and I wore it a lot. But, you know, things change, and into the drawer it went with their other things. And I think by the time I got to this point, I must have been 19. Like, I only did a few projects a year. It wasn't something that I was really committed to yet. Yeah, I think I was 19 when I made this. And then I remember I took a break, and when I was 21, I started up again. Just because I was in college, and I was really stressed out, and I had a job that I didn't like, and I was just like, you know, I want to do something else creative. And so I picked it up again. And the next 3 projects are from that time, and these are the last ones. They're all skirts. That I made with some keyhole cutouts, and it's in khaki denim and just like an actual denim with a tie, and I actually have worn this many times. It is very well worn. I don't know if you can tell, but this has just been washed like a million times. So I'd wear this on dates, and they'd be like, oh, I like your outfit. And I'm like, thanks, I made it. Aren't you impressed? And go out with me again. Stuff like that. And, yeah. I would consider that one a huge success because, yeah, it served its purpose. I made my own garment. I wore it a lot. I loved it. I don't really wear it that much now because it's a bit short for my current taste, but, yeah. This next one is a pencil skirt, and this used to look better. It used to be in better condition. It was when I started machine washing it that it fell apart. mostly just at the hem, and the cotton part shrunk and the lining did not shrink, which is why it's peeking out at the bottom here. But this used to look really good, and it's just a pencil skirt with a zipper in the back that is actually done pretty well. It is the wrong color, but I think I'm just kind of into that sometimes. I still am into not matching zippers. And rather than a hook and eye at the back, because I think I just didn't have one, I did a tie, which was kind of a really cool design feature at the time, and I did wear this quite a bit. And it doesn't fit me anymore, not only because I'm not this tiny anymore, but also because it just shrunk. It just did. Over time, it wasn't like one wash and it shrank, it was like 20 washes, and I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Okay, then the last one, and I was 21 when I made this, and then right after that, I think I just honestly, I don't remember. There's a block in time where I don't really remember making anything, and I don't remember not wanting to, but okay, anyway, I'm getting distracted. Okay. This is the last garment I made when, in my like kind of early years. The early years. And this was another pencil skirt, and this is made out of a faux suede. I put a zipper in it. There's no waistband, and I'm pretty sure this was self-drafted, but you know what? It worked. It wasn't anything fancy. It probably took me only an hour to do or so, but I was really proud of this, and I still would be like, when I found this in the drawer upstairs, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Maybe I still fit it. I don't think I do, though. I don't think I do. And so yeah, those are all of my first sewing projects, and I hope that you find this video motivational if you're just starting. They're not all going to be perfect, and they don't have to be. That's part of the journey, that's part of the fun. It's fun to look back on where you started and see how much you've grown, and definitely keep at it. If you're feeling frustrated that your first couple of projects just like aren't going well, or you're feeling very confused with the techniques and they're not looking that great, if you really want to do it, don't get discouraged. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.